Yeah, I mean, so where do we go from here? That's one of the big questions that I have, especially for the Labor Party. I mean, we have this issue in the Democratic Party where it's this wide tent with two conflicting ideologies, dominant ideologies. And I see the same thing happening with the Labor Party. So what happens next? What is the strategy for, the Corbyn wing of the Labor Party?
That's a great question. What's underpinning all of this is the same in both countries, isn't it? It's younger people, it's people from minorities, it's people with university educations, it's people in cities who are the backbone of these movements. That's arguably a bad thing in a sense, because you obviously want to win elections which don't include those groups. But those are the people who are getting behind Jeremy Corbyn, voting for him, becoming Labour members, and the same with Bernie Sanders. And they'll be the people that would never vote Trump, would never vote Republican, will always vote Democrat. That's the new base, right? The old base, the Rust Belt states, and or Wisconsin, Ohio. The new base is somewhere altogether different. And that poses problems in terms of when you have an electoral college, right? Because in Britain, and we saw it last December, these seats like Burnley, like Blackburn, former industrial heartlands are getting older. If you're a young person, you leave there to get work in a local major city, Manchester or Leeds, or you go to London. It's the same in South Wales. So actually, even though the demographics are very favourable for left politics, in Britain at least, because of the geography of the country and how people move, we're going to end up in a situation a bit like you have in 2016. You're piling up your majorities in California and New York and other parts of the country. And actually, 60% of the country isn't with you on an electoral college basis. We have a similar problem here, and that's a challenge for the new left, so to speak. So I suppose the question is, how does that happen within the Labour Party, or how does that happen within the Democratic Party? You guys have primaries, so it's a bit different. We don't have primaries with the Labour Party. I think there's more, even though Bernie's failed. If I was an American, I absolutely would not give up on the Democratic Party. I think, you can really give this a go for a few years yet. In the Labour Party, it's a little bit different. But again, I would say I wouldn't give up. The Labour Party has 35 socialist MPs. We've got three left-wing trade unions, effectively. We've got a lot of new left media, like what you guys are doing over there. There's a lot to build with, but I suppose what I'd finish with is you're going to hear a lot of platitudes about how, the Democrats are a coalition of, the centre, like Joe Biden, and the left. You're a coalition. But what I would say is, one of the major findings of this leaked Labour report is that isn't true. We're not a coalition. When we were in charge, they wanted us to lose. So that's just it's not remotely accurate what they're saying. They talk about a movement. It's all crap, right? Because how can it be a movement when people around, for instance, Keir Starmer, the people backing him, and I'm not blaming any of this at his door, senior management members who all participated in this stuff, who all undermined their party from winning in 2017, now back Starmer. The lady I wrote about in the second article, Emily Oldknow, she was a senior member of staff. She's now the Deputy Secretary General for Unison, the biggest union in the country. She was being touted as the party's general secretary. That's probably not going to happen now, right? The most senior staff position. She was doing extraordinarily appalling things. And she was going to be in a position of incredible seniority in the Labour Party. Now, that isn't a coalition, right? Because that person wanted the party to lose. And I suppose there's going to come a point where, we're going to have those conversations on the left. Well, what does that mean then? What if this isn't a coalition? What if these people who are very powerful within these institutions, but actually in society more broadly aren't particularly big, and they're certainly not the future? How do we respond to that? And I suppose we can only really think about that as a left, whether it's in the US, the UK, after your election in December, if it happens. What happens with Biden versus Trump is going to, I think, really pose major questions for the left for the next 10, 15 years.
Absolutely. Aaron Bastani, we really appreciate your time. Everybody check out Novara Media. Go over there, smash subscribe, or hit subscribe. You smash like and hit subscribe, might be. And follow all of this really important reporting on what's happened in the Labour Party. I mean, it's extraordinary.
For an American audience, it is. I think is almost as important as for a British audience. So yeah,
definitely.
They should definitely read about it. Okay, great to chat to you guys.
Thank you,
Stay safe,
Aaron.
man.
Bye.